Hey there, my name is Nicole, and I am a spiritual alchemist here to help souls reintegrated fragmented pieces of themselves on their path towards unity consciousness. Today, I am going to talk a little bit about discernment, especially discernment when it comes to spiritual practices, using your gifts, or basically anything to do with magic, the spiritual world that you're definitely going to encounter on your path. So you can't go too far these days without somebody saying, use your discernment. You hear it on videos, in readings, all the time. If you're gonna, channel or work with energies, people tell you, be sure to use your discernment. So what does that even mean? Okay, well, the word discernment literally means using your judgment, being able to look at a situation and judge whether that situation is right for you or wrong for you. Now, it sounds super simple, except for the fact that many of us can't use discernment in our day-to-day lives, right? We struggle with boundaries, we struggle with people pleasing, we struggle all the time actually saying, yes, the situation is right for me, or no, the situation is not right for me. So we have to get better at discerning across the board in our own lives and being clear on following our intuition in our day-to-day before we even get to the point of using spiritual discernment. So basically, I think that there are just a few steps to help you practice the art of discernment. And of course, the more that you heal, the more that you clear your energy, practice calling it back, standing in your power, staying grounded, healing traumas, all of those things get you listening to your intuition, trusting your intuition, and then being able to actually discern or judge if a situation is right for you or not. So the first step is being aware. Just first of all, you need to be aware. We go through the motions on autopilot. So much of our lives are just spent doing things the way that we've always done them, or doing the ways that our parents taught us to do them. So when approaching a situation, it's always important to be aware of what's going on. So since I was talking about spiritual discernment, let's talk about, being in a reading or calling in your guides. Bring your awareness to how you are feeling. Just stop for a moment and slow your breath and get into your body the best that you can and just check in. What am I feeling? You don't have to label it. You don't even have to understand it. You just have to figure out what's going on. So when I first started, I noticed a lot of situations I would feel anxiety, and I never really paid attention to it. I would just kind of go along with whatever was happening. But the more I noticed, when certain topics would come up, or if I worked with certain healers or certain situations, I would feel this anxiety. So that was me becoming aware of a trigger of anxiety. After you've started bringing your awareness, then you need to think about understanding, okay? So that's where we're starting to figure out what's going on. If I'm feeling anxiety, now I'm gonna start talking back to it. What about the situation is making me nervous? What about the situation is making me uncomfortable? Understanding is the best way as well to develop your internal guidance system, or your true north, your intuition. So what I was able to figure out after some time is that when I was feeling anxious, a very specific type of anxious, when somebody was asking me to do something, or when I was put in, certain triggers, is because I had a program of feeling like I couldn't say no when I didn't want to do something. This is an old childhood trauma wound from coming up in a household where I literally couldn't say no. I was not permitted to say no to things. And so as an adult, I would feel, oh crap, I don't want to do this thing. Oh no, I don't want to do this thing. This is a no for me. But I would feel anxious about saying no. So, because I learned that I couldn't do that. So once I understood why I was feeling this particular type of anxiety, and I keep going here, is because I felt it really in my heart space. That's where it was coming from. So when a situation was off my path, out of alignment with my beliefs, out of alignment with what I was supposed to be doing, I'd feel this anxiety. And through reflection and understanding, I realized it's because I didn't want to do that. It was out of alignment for me. So that was a no. I shouldn't be taking that situation on. So the third step, after we've brought our awareness, then we understand it's now time to take action. Okay? So from a place of aware understanding, then you can discern, then you can judge, then you can decide, yes, I want to do this, or no, I don't want to do this. Once you get to the action piece, you can then be much more purposeful in your choices. So let's take this back to, like I said, where we're seeing it all the time in the spiritual world. Like I'm channeling, spirits, or I'm looking at a reading and I'm trying to figure out, is this reading for me or not? So much of the time, our mind is immediately in the action piece. What should I do about this? So I'm really encouraging you to stop, drop back first. How am I feeling about this information? If you're trying to work with a guide, for example, a spirit, how are you feeling about this connection? Do you feel a little off? If you're getting a reading and the person is giving you information, how does it make you feel? And if you can't tap into the actual emotion, then just sit back and let whatever comes to you. What are the thoughts racing in your head? What are, the sensations on your body? There's a lot of ways that you can get information. Are you hearing random songs in your head? What memories are being triggered? Awareness, I do want to talk, I think emotional awareness is the key, but if you can't access emotional awareness immediately, know that you can use all of your senses, but the key is to figure out, what am I feeling in this moment? And then, why do I feel it? Am I feeling it because something's not right, it's off, it reminds me of my creepy ex, it reminds me of a past trauma? On the flip side, it could be something great. I'm feeling a little fluttery, but it's actually because I'm excited. Maybe I'm a little nervous because I don't know what's gonna happen, but maybe I'm really excited about this situation. So from that place of aware understanding, then you can make your choice. Then you can make your decision. You can use your discernment. So drop a comment below and let me know some of the ways that you use discernment, or some of the ways that you arrive at making a choice. And don't forget, if you liked this content and like to see more, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel.